Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me for today's at-home full body Pilates routine. Today is going to be quick, intense, and effective. We're going to work our arms, abs, glutes, and thighs, so let's jump right into it. We're going to start off on the mat in an all fours position. Just walk to the front of your mat. You want your wrists below your shoulders here, knees below the hips. We're going to step the right leg back, step the left leg back, coming into plank, hold here. 3, 2, 1. Shoot back into a downward dog. Then come forward. 3, 2, 1. Lift abdominal wall and lift hips to the ceiling. 3, 2, 1. Lift through the core and flatten out the upper back. Come forward, hold. 1, 2, 3. Lift the abs and lift the hips towards the ceiling. 2 more. 1, 2, 3. And lift up, stretching and lengthening through the spine. Last one, we're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Lift your abdominal wall, flatten your body. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower down to the mat. Bring yourself to the center of your mat and stretch your arms out long, legs are hip distance apart. From here, we're going to inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to sweep the right arm back, then back to center, sweep the left arm back to center. So we're alternating sides, lifting the head, lifting the shoulder up off the mat as we reach from side to side. Arms nice and long, opening through the chest. Good, reach and pull back. Engage those upper back muscles, mobilize those shoulders. We've got 3, and 2, and 1. Come back to center. Now, we're going to lift the arms and the legs together. Inhale to prepare, exhale to lift. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Keep your gaze down on the mat, lifting and lowering with control without compressing the lower back. Gently squeeze your bum and your thighs as you lift. Lengthen through the spine. Warming up that back body. Working the lower body as well as the upper body here. Try not to lift that head. You want those eyes down on the floor so your neck is in line with your spine. For 3, and 2, and final 1. We're going to lift and hold and lengthen for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hands down. Lower the feet to the floor, lift yourself up, and we're going to go into some push-ups here. So keeping the knees down on the ground, we're going to walk the hands out a little bit further in front of the shoulders, wrists, elbows, shoulders all in alignment. We're going to lower down, lowering the chest between the hands, and lift. Make any little adjustments you need to here. Lower and lift. So in keeping the elbows really close toward the sides of the body, you're going to work into your triceps here. If this is too much, coming as close down to the mat with your chest as this, you can take a more shallow push-up, lowering here, activating the backs of the arms, and then pushing up through the heels of the hands. So come right down low, or do about a half push-up, working with your level of strength, and focusing on the backs of those arms doing the work as we press up through the heels of the hands. Amazing work. Keep it up. We've got 3, and 2. Final 1. Lift. Take the knees nice and wide and push back for a child's pose. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. From here, we're going to shoot forward into our plank. I'd like you to curl your toes. Keep your knees nice and wide. Plant your hands down on the floor. Shoot forward. Engage the core. And then come back. Shoot forward. and come back. Shoot forward, wrists over shoulders, abs are engaged, creating that nice flat line with your body as you come forward. Working the core, working the upper body, stretching and opening through those hips. We've got 4, 3, 2, belly to spine. You've got this. And last one, we're gonna come forward and hold. Bring the feet so they're parallel, tapping alternating shoulders, holding in that high plank. Trying to keep the body, the trunk really stable so you're not rocking too much from side to side. Give me 8, 7, lift abdominals, 3, 2, and 1. Stretch back into your downward dog. Breathe it out here. Regulate the breath. In through the nose and slowly out through the mouth. Amazing work. From here, we're going to lower down onto our knees and we're going to plant the forearms down on the floor. Forearms parallel, elbows below the knees. Sorry, elbows below the shoulders, knees below the hips. Okay, let's point the right toes, lift with a bent leg, and lower, tap down to the mat. Lift and lower, lift and lower. So we're starting to really focus on the glutes on this right side, tapping knee down to the mat, and then pushing those toes up toward the ceiling without overarching that low back. Keep your spine nice and long here. Shoulders down away from your ears. Tap and lift. Tap and lift. Amazing work. You can do it. Squeezing the glutes as you lift and lower with control. Nicely done. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it here, flex the foot. Now from here, we're gonna lower and extend, lower and extend. So we're bending and then not fully straightening the leg, but nearly fully straightening the leg. So we've got just a bend, a gentle bend as we extend and push out through the heel. We're not lowering the knee all the way down to the mat between each rep, just hovering it above the floor and then pushing up through that heel. Amazing work. I know it's tough, but you can do it. Let's do 5, 4, 3, push up through that heel, 2, and final 1, and lower down. Now we're gonna switch sides. Bending the left knee, toes pointed up toward the ceiling, tap and lift, tap and lift. Make sure those shoulders are down away from your ears here. Core is engaged. Glutes are firing on this left side. Really focusing on those glutes, activating this part of the body. Being really mindful about this movement, making sure that the trunk is still and stable. And we're really pushing up through those toes, making every lift count. We've got 5, 4, squeeze those glutes for 3, and 2. Final 1, hold and flex, lower and extend, lower, extend. So maintaining that gentle bend in the knee as you push up through the heel, squeezing those left glutes at the top of every lift. Let's relax those necks and shoulders as we work through. Really power up, push through that heel. Good, amazing work. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, lower down. Take your knees nice and wide, stretch it out. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Now we're gonna elevate up, roll out those shoulders a little bit, relieving any tension from the planking and the glute work. I'm gonna turn and face this way now. We're gonna continue to work those glutes. So I'm gonna turn this way because I'm gonna work my right side first. So I'm gonna lower my left forearm down onto the mat, and I'm just gonna start with some hip circles. So I'm gonna circle that right knee up and around, up and around. So there's just a gentle bend in that right arm. Shoulders again are down away from the ears. Just using this position with one forearm down on the floor to really get a lot of mobility in the hips. So you've got a lot of space for a big range of movement with that knee. Lengthening through the spine. Squeezing those right glutes as you come up and over for 3 and 2 and 1. Now we're gonna stretch the right leg out long, lengthen through the torso, tap and lift, tap and lift. Getting into that side booty now. Abs are engaged, glutes are switched on, and the leg is really straight here. So we're lengthening out through those toes. Lifting and lowering, lengthening through the whole body as we do so. Neck is nice and long here too. We've got 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here. Bend at the knee. We're going to go into a similar movement that we did on down on all fours. We're bending the knee, flexing the foot, lowering, and then pushing out. But we're on a diagonal here. So now we're really targeting that side booty as we push out through the heel. Good. Verse 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it there. Keep the foot flexed and pulse it up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Amazing. Now I'm going to do my left side. So I'm going to come over this way, lower that right forearm down to the floor, creating a lot of space for those hip circles, bending at the knee, and going right into that hip mobilization. Breathe through it. And when you get comfortable with the movement, really start to switch those glutes on as you come up and over. Really squeezing that side booty, working those gluteus medius muscles for 3 and 2 and 1. Amazing work. Extend, get nice and long through the torso and the leg. Coming out on that diagonal as we tap and lift. Activating those gluteus medius muscles with every lift. Shoulders down away from the ears, nice relaxed neck. Point and squeeze the bum and the thighs as you lift that leg for 5, 4, 3, belly to spine, 2, and 1. Hold it there, flex and bend. Push out on that diagonal. So lower that knee, push out through the heel. Woo, these are tough. We can do it. Last little push for these glutes, and then we'll move down and focus on the abs. Nice work. Really drive through that heel. Make it count. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold on that diagonal flexed foot. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Lower down, put your knees down onto the mat. Take them nice and wide. Keep your hips elevated and sink down into a puppy pose. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Use your hands to help you to come into a kneeling position. And as mentioned, we are going to target our abs now. So finishing off strong with some abdominal work, I'd like you to lower down onto the floor. Take your hands behind your head. Knees are bent. From here, we're going to bring right knee in toward the chest. Stretch. And then bring the leg up. Right knee in toward the chest, crunch, and then crunch up towards straight leg. If that's too much, with the leg straight, I just want you to bring the knee in on a bend every time, like so. So you're either alternating between straight leg and bent knee, or just that bent knee. Now, if you really want to step it up, you could just come in with a straight leg the entire time. But just make sure that whatever level you're at, you're remembering to engage the core and press your low back into the mat with every crunch. We're peeling head, neck, and shoulders up without pulling the head up. We've got 2. Last set. And lower down. Amazing. Move to the opposite side. Left knee in. Extend and lift. Left knee in. Extend and lift. Good work. Breathe out to crunch up. If you need to slow this down a little bit, feel free to do so. Lift and bend it in. Keep pointing through the toe. Even if you're bending, you still want to maintain that point. We've got 3. And 2. Last 1. And relax it down. Amazing work. Now, from here, we're going to bring both knees in toward the chest. We're going to curl and crunch up, and as we do so, we're going to widen the legs. So it looks like this. Inhale and exhale. Curl and crunch up, widen the legs into a V shape. If it's too much with legs straight, I'd like you to bring them into a tabletop V with the knees bent. Another option here is to work between knees bent and knees extended or legs extended. So you can work between the two, or step it up and go out with straight legs each time. Pick your level of challenge. Just keep moving, really pointing hard through the toes, flattening the abdominal wall every time we lift up. We've got 3 and 2 and 1. I'd like you to hold in your crunch position. Draw your knees in. Head is resting on top of the shoulders. We're going to go into our double leg stretch. Stretch it out and bring it in. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, bring it in. Legs are squeezing together here. If it gets too much with head, neck, and shoulders elevated, simply lower them down to the mat and really focus on finding that length and that core engagement as you pull the legs back in, breathing out, tightening everything in. Creating that invisible seam running up the middle of your body as you inhale and exhale. Good. We've got 5 and 4. Last 3 and 2. Last one, we're going to hold, flatten abdominal wall for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax it down. Amazing. Last exercise coming up. We're going to go into some hip dips. So we're gonna come into a low plank position. I'm gonna start off on my knees. I really want to adjust my elbows correctly. So I want my elbows below my shoulders, forearms are parallel, palms are pressing down onto the floor, fingers are spread. From here, step the left leg back, step the right leg back into your low plank. You can lower your knees at any point for this exercise if need be. Then I'm going to take my hips over to the right, back to center, take them over to the left, back to center. So I'm tapping and centering, tapping and centering. Nice work. Really lift your abs here as you tap from one side of the mat with those hips to the other, scooping belly in, working those obliques. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower belly down to the floor. Take your hands on either side of your shoulders. Come up for a cobra or all the way up for an abdominal stretch. Breathe it out here. Stretching those abs, lifting through the chest for 3 and 2 and 1. Amazing work. Lower down, turn over onto your back, and let's just stretch out those glutes. Left leg over right. Interlace your fingers behind your right thigh, and just draw that right knee in close to the chest. Breathing deeply here, connecting the low back with the mat, stretching the lumbar spine and the glutes for 3 and 2 and 1. Switch sides, right over left, hands behind that left thigh for this feel good glute stretch. Enjoy the nice deep breathing that you can do from this position to really relax. Hug it in a little closer for 3 and 2 and 1. Take your hands behind your thighs. Roll yourself up to a cross-legged or kneeling position facing me. Let's lift our shoulders up and roll them down and back for 2 and final 1. Amazing work. I hope you enjoyed that. It was quite intense, quite challenging, but definitely effective. I look forward to working out with you next time, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.